Welcome back. You're listening to Magic Theory 101. My name is Zoe Morana, and this is Chapter 2 Personal Reality. So, last episode, we covered how your beliefs directly create existence. How do we look at this through various viewpoints, different portions of existence? That is to say, how is reality different for everyone by this basic law? So we already know that an existent thing, in this case a human, is a portion of consciousness filtered through and given form by a set of beliefs. There are many portions of consciousness and many individual cups. So, everyone lives in a different world than you do. If you encounter the person, chances are it's a slightly different world, still room for overlap with yours. But consider this. There are people and things whose cups are shaped so differently from yours, with lenses of reality and colors and textures you've never seen, who exist in wildly different realities. So the people you're encountering in life, they share at least some beliefs with you. For example, they share beliefs like being human, having physical bodies, and probably similar beliefs regarding money, food, and society. For one, that these things exist. But you know how certain people seem to just play by different rules? They simply don't encounter the struggles you do, or their life just seems to be programmed differently? That's because they do play by different rules. They live in a different structure. Your structures just happen to share enough other similarities that your existences can overlap. So let me give you an example. Let's say one person believes in ghosts and the other doesn't. The first person believes both that ghosts exist and that they can be perceived by this person, so this person sees ghosts. Conversely, the person who does not believe in ghosts actually cannot perceive ghosts. There is no room for a ghost inside their cup of existence, because their cup is shaped in a way that ghosts do not exist. So does this mean that ghosts don't exist in the collective consciousness? No. It just means that for this person, the ghost exists out in the ocean, outside of this person's cup. The ghost may exist in some other cups, but not this person's. These two people are living in different realities where different rules apply. Both of them are correct. Ghosts exist and they do not exist. In the infinite span of consciousness, seemingly conflicting statements are simultaneously true. You'll have to get used to this to realize a full, clear perspective of the basics of reality. Alright, so we know that without belief, nothing exists. It is through the lens that the light gains color. It is within the cup that the water gains structure. Constrained by belief, pure, unfiltered consciousness is taken from possibility to solidity, from infinity to structure. Constrained by the belief that people are inherently good, you must perceive this. That is the limit of your reality. With the belief that money must be made through struggle, you will only make money through struggle. That is the simple nature of reality. Using the limiting lens of belief, you are able to gain experience of that infinite possibility, expanding consciousness. You experience according to the structure of your beliefs. You came originally from nothing. You were unlimited consciousness. To expand yourself, you applied limits so you could experience. Through experience comes expansion. Something environment creates your belief. It's the other way around. Through holding beliefs, you created your environment and you created your human experience. Think of all the lenses of belief as existing within the infinite consciousness. As consciousness, you just choose which one to put on, which one to see through. Within this human experience, you still inherently possess your original power to change anything and everything, to create beliefs and to experience that reality. So you edit your reality by editing your beliefs. So try this one thing. Think of the thing you most wish was different in your life. For example, money or friends or tragedy. Analyze the belief behind that. Why does this circumstance exist? Do you believe something like money is hard to make, or that it's complicated, or that you're not a likable person? Do you believe that you have bad luck? Analyze this belief to its core. Now you are going to try changing it. Perhaps for the first time, perhaps for the 100th. You write that belief down on a piece of paper. You can pause and do it now. You have a notes app in your phone. Now you are going to write the opposite of that belief. Even if you don't yet perceive or believe it, you are going to write the belief that would exist in a dream world. So you would change money is hard to make into money is so easy to make. You change it's hard for me to make friends into I am such a likable, wonderful person, and there's such an abundance of wonderful people around me, so I make so many great friends on a daily basis. You don't have to believe this yet, but we're on the right track. Now you know what to change your belief into. So basic magic is done through creating and changing your beliefs to form reality. Some people like to refer to parts of this as manifestation. To regain awareness of your original power and master basic magic, you'll have to get used to defying the personal logic of your belief. Logic is only the end result of an idea filtered through your current system of beliefs. If you believed that you would get sick every time it rains, your personal logic will make you take a sick day when you saw rain on the weather forecast. And then you actually would find yourself feeling unwell. When you return to the basics, a lot of so-called logic isn't that logical. If you believe that the worst case scenario always comes true, leading to you perceiving that it does, then you will be much more cautious and have less enjoyable reality. So, here's an idea. You could become a millionaire next week. Try saying that out loud. Does that make you uncomfortable? Does your brain immediately come up with excuses using so-called logic such as, no, that's too hard, the statistical chance is too low, I have no way to do that, or something along the lines? When the idea goes through a belief filter that money is hard to make, this is what is produced through your personal logic. So you believe now, by your logic, you cannot become a millionaire next week. Logic is the end result of an idea filtered through your belief system. Logic is just a production of habitual belief. The sort of so-called evidence you perceive is created in your cycle of belief and maintained by this habit. Think about the existence of desire itself. Desire has a tendency to lead you toward expansion. Think about it. There needs to be some way for you to know what direction is the most expansive, right? What experience would expand your consciousness the most? That pull is what we call desire. Desire is the guidance. Desire is the call toward expansion. If you can alter your personal beliefs so that you constantly follow your desires, you will be living in your most expansive reality. Next chapter, we will be going over where ideas come from, or Imagination and Vision. This was Chapter 2, Personal Reality, from the book Magic Theory 101 by Zoe Morana. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Send me your questions and topics. Thanks for listening and see you next week.